Hello, hello. Alright, I'm just gonna get right to it because I'm super late. Oh, it's been a weird week already. Like, luckily, for a minute I thought maybe I wasn't able to stream today because my niece was sick yesterday. She was a little bit better today, but it was a little bit of, trying to get her out the door. I didn't want to rush her because she was in a better mood, but she was also, obviously her coughing was making her exhausted. But she had much better sleep. That's why she technically had a better mood. And she was doing much better than she did yesterday. So, I have no idea what to draw, to be completely fair. Yes, I did make some coffee today. Like I said, it's been an odd day. I'm having my coffee late. But it's nice to know everybody still came. Hello, Fangirl, Emily, Neek, cats. But yeah. I guess what I could draw at least, because technically I need to do this before the next Minecraft stream. Oh, people. Wait, hold up. Family chat going on. Oh, everybody's talking about Christmas plants. Okay. Here, let me turn this down so it's just not constantly making that noise. Alright, I do need to make a new profile picture for, for the Minecraft thing. I just don't know what to draw, though. But I could also make it a fan art day if people want to do a fan art day, because I don't mind drawing some FNAF, Fazbear Fright. I'm trying to think of what pose I should have. Bees. Trying to think what to... I guess in this one I should have my character wearing the armor. Hold up, let me pull it up for reference sake. There we go. TV movie. Hey, Lizard, how you doing? Oh my god, I forgot about that DM. I'll have to... No! I'll have to DM you back about that. I was just like, oh no, I just had that realization. Oh, the series TV movie. Did they make one of those? I thought they just had a TV series. I didn't know they had like a little TV movie. Excuse me. Oh, okay. No, it's nothing serious. I just had a moment of like, wow, I forgot. I forgot a thing. Promise I don't know what kind of pose I want to give her. That's the main issue. I feel like I should have her maybe facing the other way. Yeah, kind of like this angle. Well, technically she's already facing that angle. I don't really use any brushes in particular. In fact, if I remember correctly, which one am I using? Doesn't even say. Just the basic brush. Ah. I just have these two options on. Usually helps with a digital pencil that I don't have to worry about, you know, fixing this issue. I remember I struggled hard trying to get the pressure points to work properly. So I guess what I should have her wear is at least enchanted armor. Doing pretty good. Just enjoying a chill art stream. Sadly, I did not do this early enough. Tired is a very reasonable response. Hungry's a new one. I don't get hungry a lot. I either get good or tired. Let's see. I guess I'll just have it that she's wearing the... Actually, the funny thing is I'm usually not hungry if I'm tired. I guess it depends on like what kind of tired, like just general tiredness or just like just woke up kind of tired. Maybe because I'm not a breakfast person. I don't think this is going to be the official pose. I'm just kind of fiddling with this for a bit. Actually, should I have her shield be on this side? Probably. Just getting an idea, because I literally, like, my brain is completely blank on how I want her to look. Yeah, is it like, do you guys have struggle eating breakfast in the morning? Because I feel like I do. Like, even if it's like a really good breakfast, I still struggle with the idea of eating it. Or at least eating it very early. I don't know why. Totally Spies. Oh yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that series lately. I keep getting recommended of people talking about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that might be the issue because most people that like to eat breakfast, I don't know. I have to find someone that just absolutely enjoys breakfast. Like, there's people that enjoy breakfast, but not when it's time for breakfast. I need to find somebody that genuinely likes breakfast during breakfast, and ask them if it's better to be up, like maybe an hour or two before eating it. Because that might be the issue. Like, okay, it is and it isn't. I mean, it is fresh. Like, it has this weird vibe of like, yeah, I guess technically you could count it as like having fetishy. I guess best way to describe it has fetishy themes, but it doesn't go far enough that it would have to be censored. Like, it doesn't go in the direction where it would classify as that technically, because it doesn't get into the how do I explain this without how do I explain this? Because I feel like this is not my place to explain. Now that one, like that's a completely different question right there. Because I don't think they were really allowed to do that, considering the live child actors and all that. French. Oh, I don't have to worry about that. I don't get any money off of YouTube, not even a little bit. But I'm just more concerned, like, how do I explain this without it being uncomfortable? Because, like, oh, you know what? Slight, wow, my brain. Slight detour. I don't mind the podcast idea. I kind of want to, okay, probably better to do it pre-recording though, because I'm not sure how I could hold up a live stream podcast. I know, like, some people think I don't think I do a really good job live streaming and talking. I don't think I've mastered the gift of gab while on a live stream, because some days I'm really good about it. But if I do, like, I think the thing is, if I do it too much during the week, I run out of things to talk about very quickly. But if we have it pre-recorded, I think I would feel a little more confident in doing the podcast. Maybe we could switch it to live streaming later. But for now, if we do a podcast, I do want it pre-recorded. That way, that gives me an excuse to have like a put basic videos on here instead of all of it being live streams. Yeah, like, that's how I feel about it. It's just like, pre-recorded should be fine for now. We could always do like specials where we do live streaming, but for now I could do... Oh, thank you. I think, to be fair, I think most podcasts, especially if they're super long, benefit more by doing only once a week. Because, I remember, like, there's this one podcast I listened to called, why can't I remember? It's something sauce. Sunday sauce. Sunday sauce. Where they, like, it's literally in the title, that they only talk about stuff on Sundays. And they're like an hour and a half. I think they're an hour and a half or 2 hours. And I think they benefit with that because it gives people a whole week to, like, kind of catch up if necessary. Yeah, exactly. So, like, doing it weekly is much better. I guess you could argue algorithmically, with it comes to YouTube, maybe not be best, but then again, the algorithm could kiss my butt. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, I'm getting really stiff with this. I'm gonna try another one. Yeah, oh man, I hate when I get behind on my podcast because then I'm just all like, should I just skip and go to the new ones? Because, especially depending on the podcast, because there's a point where the topics that they talk about are just not relevant anymore. Because I remember I fell really far behind on the Monday sauce, and I was just like, okay, I think I'll just skip these and just go to the newest one, because a lot of these topics do not mean anything anymore. It's not worth... Oh man, I still want to watch that series. I tried to watch a little bit of it. In fact, I still have it saved. I just need to remember to get back into it. I didn't get it very far though. I just passed the introductions. Yeah, like when it comes to Critical Role, I get why you would watch from like the very beginning. But when it comes to Monday Sauce, like that's a show that just talks about like, you know, like what happened this week kind of topics. So like there's only few weeks that last when it comes to topics that you really care about. Yeah. Actually, I was thinking too. So like if we made the podcast, I'm just spitballing ideas. What if we had... That's interesting. I feel like that's the exact opposite for me when it comes to my homework. Like I could do almost all my homework with other stuff playing and listening to, except when it comes to math. I need 100% focus. I mean, sometimes I'll turn on like Professor Layton music. Just put on some epic battle music. Usually, do your work. Sorry. Trying to think of a pose. Okay. This is just gonna be failure this stream when it comes to my art. We're hitting the artist block moment. The thing is, when you hit artist block, you just gotta keep moving forward. It's not like I don't have anything to draw, I just don't know how to draw it. I have a goal. And that goal is to make new thumbnail. Oh, actually, this is actually not a bad position. Okay. And then... But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, right. Podcast stuff. So I was thinking, I don't think we need a particular theme. I remember I used to do a podcast with my sister, which was called Spoiler Alert. And we just talked about like 3 animes we've been watching that week. Like we try to stick it to 3. That way we have at least three shows. And I think we had it that like one was like my pick, the other one was her pick, and then we had like one that we unanimously like would have been watching it whether the other one was watching with me or not, basically. Like we were just like, we have to watch that show kind of thing. But yeah, but I feel like if we did something like that, yeah, like I'm trying to think of what the name would be. Like a part of me wants to call it, like, it's not an appealing name. Oh, fight a flock of geese or just one goose. I guess like both of these birds sound terrifying. Um, if they had to attack me, so I guess I would just go with the one. The hideout. Oh, that's pretty good. A part of me wants to call it nerd barf, because that's what I tell people when I start, like, you know, it's like, I'm sorry I'm nerd barfed all over you when I start talking about nerd stuff. But I don't think that would be a really appealing title. Lack of rest. I guess it would depend. Like, we'll have to discuss. Like, it's one of those things. It would depend on how I feel. Oh, like, see, well, not how I feel. What's the word I'm looking for? It's 'cause like. I mean, I probably could, like, I feel like the topic that I would bring up is the fact that I'm reading the FNAF books, and, like, I would have, like, a little, like, tier list. Like, I would talk about at least one story every podcast, and then discuss where I put it on the tier list. And I feel like that's a good amount of content for me to talk about for, like, at least, like, that's a good amount. Because, like, oh my god, there's so many goddamn stories. I don't know if you could fit that in a YouTube title. Because I would, like, call it, like, lack of sleep. Let's put that as, like, a working title, only because of the fact that if we end up using it, then we have to post it, like, late. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely have to be a late post kind of thing. Because, like I said, they have Monday sauce, and they literally post it on Mondays. So, like, if we name it something like that, it has to make sense. Oh yeah, excuse me. Yes, there is a name for the city. It's called Oblivion. Oblivion. That is what the city is called. Yeah. So I mean, I still feel like we could work on the name just a little bit longer, just in case. Um. Oh jeez, it's called your mom. That's funny. I don't know why. It's just like you're just like theory denied. Yeah, like yeah, think of the world kind of like not exactly like Steven Universe, but you can tell like it has a lot of similarities to the regular world, but something's off about it. Like there's just some things that are just a bit off about it. Oh god. Yeah, that will bring viewers in. I personally have a love-hate relationship with Steven Universe. I don't think it's like I think it's okay. I don't think I wouldn't classify it as my favorite. I definitely love the music from the show. I cannot deny that. I don't think I would ever pay attention to that show if it wasn't for the music. There you go. Yeah, I think even I've realized that I do like listening to people talk about it though. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of it had to deal with its like constantly getting like canceled ish. Like they were trying like it's it's hard to cancel your number one show, you know? Huh, weird. I like it. I get what they were trying to do with the finale. Um, it just like it's one of those things like obviously that was not how it was supposed to go down, but that's just best. That was the best they could do. And I don't know if they had a limited amount of episodes or. The final season I thought was pretty good. I thought that was like the best pace I've ever seen a season, which is weird. But like the whole like facing the diamond stuff was a bit like really? I heard everybody thought that was like the one of the few that wasn't as rushly paced. Or at least it didn't feel that way. Yeah, they had a lot of issues after that. Especially since they made it such an important episode that they couldn't like skip it in other countries, and then it got complicated. Um, that's why I'm going independent because I'm not touching these companies anymore. Because they say they're gonna do shit and then they don't. There we go. Okay. Actually, but yeah. What was I gonna talk about? But yeah, I think the final season actually had pretty good pacing. You can argue if the story was necessary or not. Uh, yeah, exactly. But but when it comes to the whole like fighting the diamonds and stuff like that, I was like, ugh. I don't know if they were limited on their episodes. That made that was super awkward. That was definitely one of those awkward anime redemption moments. Just like, oh, that was terrible. I would appreciate if you became a big corporation. It has nothing to do with being a big corporation. It depends on who's in charge of it. Yeah, be a good one. The biggest issue is when you go nationally, because then it gets a lot harder trying to fit into the norms of other countries. Because a lot of it came with the whole, because like I said, it wasn't really here that was the issue, because we got the episode. Like, that wasn't the issue. We were able to see it as it was. We got the wedding. It was all the other countries that gave the company such a hard time about it. So that's why you have to be Um, you either have to put a lot more emphasis on the fact that, like, okay, we're gonna show things that you don't like sometimes, and you could just take it or leave it, but we're still gonna air our show, basically. And that's you could lose a lot of money doing that, but like I said, that's it's one of those things where like a lot of companies just only understand money, and when stuff like that happens, vote with your wallet, people. That's all I could say. Is vote with your wallet. Oh, that sucks. Because like once again, they're smart about it because like a lot of the animators are getting smart about it by putting those moments in really important episodes. Well, I can't do it alone, guys. Like I said, that's why I tell people put it. I remember listening to this one guy talking about independent media. He wasn't expecting everybody to just go cold turkey and completely abandon big companies, right? He just was like, you know what? You just have to tell yourself, I will put 20% into big companies of things that I like, because I should reward them when they do good. So do that, but only do about 20-30%, and then use the rest of that percentage to focus your energy on independent work. It's so much easier to do that now compared to when I was growing up. Like there was no, like it was like it was impossible to find independent media. In fact, just like watching anime was my consideration of watching independent media, which it really wasn't. It was just a different big company or corporations in a different country. But that was still a big deal. Yeah. You should always put a lot of effort into independent media. And to be fair, just because it's independent doesn't always mean it's good. Okay? You can find just as many trash fires. But with every 50 trash fire, there's usually a gem in the chaos. Hmm, kind of like her. Like, I'm still working through. Like, I kind of like how she's looking right now. I'm gonna make her smaller though. And lit in it. Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought it was interesting with Zizzy Pop situation. I don't know. I think with your knowledge of the internet, I think you could probably find something. Just start small. Like okay, you know how like web comics, right? How they're starting to get popular again? In fact, some web comics are starting to become their own series over time too. So, that's a good start, is webcomics. Because sometimes if they get enough support, they consider making like actual like, if not TV series, they make it more accessible for like hard copies and stuff like that. Like comics are usually a great way to start off like getting into indie stuff, because that's usually how these indie people get their stuff out there, because it's the easiest medium for like one person to do. It doesn't have to be like a huge set of people helping them out. They could if they get the support they need, but as a start, um, usually people use comics as the best beginner start to their medium. In fact, it's kind of funny. Yeah, you have to kind of have a raccoon mindset when it comes to finding this kind of stuff, because you kind of have to. At least it's not inhumane to do it. Dumpster raccoon. There you go. That's a good example of like 20% and then the rest of your percent going into other. I mean, I don't know if the other ones are independent, or at least more independent in comparison. Um, but like I said, that alone is a good example. Because I'm not asking you to go cold turkey, because that's insane. And big corporations don't learn anything when you completely abandon them. You have to acknowledge that, like, okay, this is good. Do that. Yeah, there you go. And you really don't really have to expand beyond that, to be honest. I mean, you could if you want, especially if one of these series is over. But like I said, it's close enough. Guardian story is it? Oh. Wait, I should know what that is. I don't know if I like this position. I mean, I kinda like it. Guardian story. Why does that sound familiar? I mean, I guess anything that has the word guardian sounds like something else I've listened to. It's not a bad thing to use for your title, but it's been kind of overused a little bit, to be honest. But then again, I've heard much worse titles. Like, oh my god, my sister. Oh, I like RPGs. I just don't like live streaming them because I have to read them and then I get embarrassed. But that might change. I've been kind of going into more into a fuck you kind of mindset a lot recently. So I'm just or more like fuck you, I do what I want kind of mindset recently. Oh right, Emily doesn't really like RPGs. I forgot. Get Emily a right RPG and blow her mind. Well, I'm gonna erase that. Like I said, I'm in deep artist block right now. I apologize. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I did recently find out like two like indie horror games that I was like, ooh, these are good. Was there was one called The House, uh, which was pretty good. Like it's pretty good. I kind of spoiled myself on how the game works, so like I'll probably have to wait a while before I play it, so I don't completely know what's going on. And then there was another one people have recently started playing called uh, Andy's Apple Farm. That one's pretty neat. I like that one. It's weird because I'm actually a little more excited to see the next chapter of that than I am of Poppy. Which is like I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm hesitant on Poppy. Maybe because it. Yeah, the house is really good. I've been completely spoiled by it, but the house is pretty good. Because that's one of the, I accidentally stayed up a little too late of someone explaining to me how to get all the endings. I was like, oh. I don't like RPGs, but my favorite game is literally an RPG. That funny. But let's see. There we go. What time is it? Oh, okay, it's not even 11 yet. Okay. I'm not completely wasting your time. Actually, it's more like a visual novel. Like, let's be, like, if I had to be completely honest. Because if I remember correctly, yeah, it functions more like a visual novel. I mean, it's, like, it has a lot more going for it, but... Huh. I guess, you know, the funny thing about the whole Poppy series, I think I'll have a better understanding of if I like it or not once the second chapter comes out, which is going to be pretty soon. I think the problem with Poppy, it looks a lot like those horror games that I was really looking forward to, and then they just kind of not happened. So that's why I'm just kind of like subconsciously already like checking out. Cause like what does it remind me of? Like it almost reminds me of 123 Slaughter Me Street. I don't know why I get that vibe. It looks better than that game, so I don't know why I think that. Oh, here we go. Turtle Tail? Oh, I've never heard of that one. I should focus a little bit more on non-indie horror games. Because usually when it comes to indie, when it comes to more lighthearted stuff, I kind of focus more on like comics and stuff like that. Or books. Oh, okay. Oh, Tattle? Wait, Tattle? Wait, oh, the Furby. Oh, okay, I was like, wait, what are we talking about? The Furby one. I actually liked that one. That one was pretty good. it was kind of funny. Recently I saw this one guy. He was so scared of FNAF VR, but he has such a monotone voice that everybody wasn't really sure if he was actually scared about what was happening. So like when he did it again, he put a heart monitor on him, like kind of to just show like how horrified he is of this game. And then it went like I think the highest was like 160. I think it was 162 actually now that I think about it. And I remember listening to a podcast with him in it, and he was explaining how like, yeah, I can handle like VR horror when it comes to like, say, like, you know, Resident Evil or something like that, right? Like those kind of games, because you have a gun, so you have like some kind of control over the situation. But games like FNAF in VR is just like you have no control on how much you could fight back. Like you're so it's so suspenseful when it comes to your limitations of what you could do to defend yourself. So like that's a really good point. That's why I have a hard time getting into horror games that have like weapons and stuff like that. I don't mind it when you like say like at a certain point in the game you achieve said weapon. It's more of love watching people play it. Can't play it yourself. That's completely understandable. That's completely understandable. There's some games where I'm just like, there's no way in hell I'll ever play myself. I mean, he's not wrong. They're called the Great Equalizers for a reason. Quote that. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Andy's Apple Farm. That one's pretty neat. I like that one. But like I said, I need to look for stuff that isn't, said the American. I didn't think about purchasing my own gun. Like once I move out of this house, I do plan to like purchasing my own. Especially if I start living by myself. Definitely. There we go. I need to wash that real quick. Yeah. In the end of the day, they're just tools. They're really not that different from a knife. Yeah, I'm really messing up on that leg. Hold on. I guess because I've been around people that have owned guns, that that like I don't know. It doesn't faze me. Actually, the interesting thing about knives is that they're actually more lethal than most bullets. It's more of like if I do end up moving out and living by myself, that's probably, if not the first thing I'm gonna do when I do. I'm gonna do it at some point that year. I don't know, probably just a basic handgun. I don't want anything that's too strong on kickback. But then again, there's been a lot of restrictions on that, which is weird. Because, I don't know. Because I don't, I don't know. It's one of those things, like, it feels like the bigger the gun, the the more security you have when it comes to, like, laws. And I'm like, how does that work? No, not yet. There's some people around that know how to use them. Oh. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like super educated on it. There's some things that I generally do not know. Yeah, see? Like I said, at the end of the day, they're just tools. The only difficult part is understanding the laws around them, because each state have their different ones. Oh, okay. I'll have to remember that. Because I at least want something that's... I mean, it's one of those things where, once again, I do have to remind people that just because they're tools doesn't mean you shouldn't be maintaining them. If anything, they're the ones that need to be maintained the most. Can't just leave them in a box forever and not clean them, you know, kind of thing. But in the end of the day, they're really not that different from a basic knife. I mean, don't get me wrong, guns are scary, just in general, especially if you've never held one before. But I think that that's a lot of, like, it reminds me when I was little, I used to be terrified of holding a knife. But then when I started, you know, like, my mom gave me it, just start cutting things, you know, and then I was just like, okay, I can handle this. Stabs himself with a gun. Nice. So that's how I figured that's how I'm gonna feel, because once I hold a rifle and actually understand how it works, I could get those feelings out of the way. Because every time I talk to somebody that had those feelings towards them, and then they've actually went to a gun range, and that was even before they even owned one personally. Like, because sometimes some people go to gun ranges just to practice before considering getting one. Okay, talk to you later. But yeah, it's just one of those things where, I mean, to be fair, for all I know, I could still be uncomfortable using them. That is a possibility. Like, it doesn't happen with a lot of people, but some people still can't get over the idea of using a gun after they've held one and actually practice how to use one, which is completely understandable. There's some, like, oh my god, I still have trouble using the goddamn oven because of an incident with a Pop-Tart. Um, so I completely understand people not wanting to use guns because of like if they experience particular trauma with them, which is completely understandable. I'm not one of those people where like I'm just like, you need a gun, you know? I'm more of like, well, if you can handle a gun, maybe you should get one, you know? Especially if you live by yourself and you don't feel safe in your community. Or you think they're cool. That is still, as much as people get people on people's cases about that argument, I was like, that's still a good reason to have one. You could still get it because it's cool. People get samurai swords because they're cool. The same rule applies to guns. Like, oh, okay, the Pop-Tart incident. So, this was the worst. So one time we were, I was eating, we were just, making our Pop-Tarts, and so at one point, I'm trying to remember. So I don't know who did it. Maybe it was me. It probably was me. I was trying to cook it. It was set on so high. I'm cleaning. Oh, nice. I do need to get to cleaning today. I gotta do some cleaning today because this is getting bad. I hate the month of the semester where it's almost over because then my room looks like trash. I was just like, no, not again. I'm not doing that again. I'm not living in a trash pile trying to keep up with my homework. Okay, anyway, trying to get back to the Pop-Tart story. If you're trying to buy a realistic Master Sword, not really that much of a difference. Okay. Bye, lizard. But anyway, what was I getting at? Right. The Pop-Tart incident. So what happened was, yes. So what happened was, I had it on for way too high. So it was like a good black Pop-Tart. It was absolutely crimson. And so like my mom was trying to get it out. And she tried to get it out, and I was dumb enough to put my hand just close enough that when she tried to hover it and over to the trash can, that it broke in half, landed on my arm, and it broke again to ooze out the lava feeling because apparently if it's black on the outside, you know that gooey flavor is pure lava. And it got all over the side of my arm. And I got like, that was like, what was that? It was like 3rd degree burns, maybe 4, because I ended up getting like these huge ass blisters on it. They were disgusting. It was one of the worst pains of my life. I think I still technically have it. Yeah, that scar's still technically there. It's not like the worst scar ever. I only know it's there because like the skin is just slightly different than the rest of it, and how like the hair grows on my arm grows just slightly different than the rest of them. Yeah, so it's like just be careful. If you burnt your Pop-Tart, don't put your hand under it so it doesn't fall on it and you get lava of cherry flavored lava. But yeah, and like I said, and now I'm terrified of ovens, which is weird because it was a toaster. Because that feeling of burnt, like of the feeling of that heat hitting that part of my arm just activates that, like, I guess that's like what trauma is. Like, I don't know why. It makes me hesitant to put my hand in there. I mean, to be fair, I've gotten a lot better ever since I started working at my job, because it involves us like using like steamers. Because I don't think I ever had that experience. Like well, at least I don't get that feeling anymore because I'm constantly cleaning those things, and sometimes those things are turned off just recently. So like I do get burned sometimes, but it's not as like bad as that time. So I think it kind of balanced it out. Was the fact that like okay, I'm still getting burned, but it's not that bad. Yeah. I'm still not a really good cook though. That's the issue. I think because of that, that prevented me to actually learn how to cook properly, which I really should. But you know, like I said, ever since I started working at the job that I have, since I clean steamers, I am a little bit better about using the oven. At least I'm not terrified to use it. Um, Maybe I'm a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little over careful about it. But I'm not like terrified of it. Like I don't paralyze myself just thinking about putting my hand anywhere near that thing. But yep, that was the story of the Pop-Tart incident. It wasn't like a big thing, but it did make me like second guess myself when it comes to cooking things. I kind of like it. She's a little stiff though, and I don't know why. I think I just don't like how this has turned out. I'm gonna make another one just in case. Like I always make like a few, and then I kind of decide on which one I like to keep going with. But since I'm kind of hitting this artist block right now, I'm gonna be making a few. That's good. I have a friend that also loves to cook. In fact, she always tells me about every Halloween she starts making like Halloween themed stuff. Like that's like her number one thing that she does a lot, especially around the holidays. She starts making holiday theme like baking stuff that she always tries to try out because she really likes those like nerd cooking channels where they make things based off of movies and games. If I remember correctly, I think she recently made something that was based off of the Kiki's Delivery Service. I forget what the food was called because I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. I forgot what exactly that was. Yes. But then again, the dishes aren't fun anytime you're done eating something. Another problem with me with cooking, I think it's because I haven't really cooked properly. I haven't developed the habit of being patient with it because I don't know why I suddenly just want to eat the food while I'm making it. It's terrible. It's a bad habit. I realized lately I have no self-control when it comes to food literally right in front of me. That's why I'm not allowed to buy like bags of candy anymore because I keep telling myself, like, I will be very responsible with this bag of candy because I'll only eat like a handful every day. Nope. You'll eat half the bag today and you'll eat half the bag tomorrow. It's like... Yeah, either way, they're still terrible. Kind of reminds me of someone I knew was just like, just use plastic dishes and just like, and that way we don't have to worry about doing the dishes. And then it's like, yes, But if we only use them, that gets super expensive. I wonder if I want her to, like... Wait, let me move this out of the way. Probably better if I do that last. It's funny, I finally had someone, like, I watched a video of someone explaining me how Fran Bow, like, basically just explaining to me how that story worked. Because, I'll be honest, I thought it was a cool game, but I didn't understand any of it. When I was watching, I think I was watching Jacksepticeye play that game. But by the end of it, I was just like, I couldn't tell you what happened. But I recently watched a video that just kind of explained the story, and I was just like, oh, well, putting it like that, it actually makes a lot more sense. Thank God, because I had no idea what was going on, especially like at the halfway point. That's when I completely like got lost in the story. But I remember, like, at the end of it, it's like, I don't think it's bad, I just don't understand what happened. Especially at the end. That's why I always hesitate calling it bad. Because I was just like, I think I just don't get it. Like, I feel like I missed something. And I mean, with Jacksepticeye's playthrough, maybe, I think technically we did. I can't remember, though. I can't remember if he missed anything during his playthrough. Oh, here we go. Your mom. Sorry, that's all I could see, so I'm just all like, your mom. Evangelion? You know, 20 years ago, that would have been shots fired. Eh. I get why people like it, and I get why it was like a cultural phenomenon. I could never get into it, though. Maybe because I was just too young for it at the time. During its hype. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Speaking of bad things, oh, Emily, I think I find, like, we were having trouble finding, like, oh, I can't think of what the best story is because they're all so good in the Fazbear Frights. But I think I just ran into my first, ooh, I didn't like that. I haven't seen Evangelion, so I can't. It's one of those things where I can't say it's bad because I actually haven't seen it, so I can't have an opinion on that, tactically. But I generally don't really have plans to watch it because it's not my kind of show. Okay, I kind of like this pose better. Because I kind of want to give her like a slightly more confident stature. I mean, I know people who absolutely love Evangelion and other people that just can't, like, I don't understand why this is good. Like, people think this is good. And I mean, to be fair, like, it's one of those things where what it sounds like, the problem with Evangelion is that it was written by someone that was not in the right mindset to be making a ending. Because a lot of the delays of like actually properly ending that series had to do with the fact that the main writer couldn't make an ending. Like, you could tell he wanted to make a slightly more positive ending, but every time he tried, it would just become more and more depressive. I think he recently finally finished the series off with a better mindset. At least that's what I heard. So I'm like, oh, good for him. There we go. Okay, I think I'm finally getting the kind of position that I want. Excuse me. Well, once again, I do need to make, like, if we do the podcast, I definitely want to, like, my section would be me talking about making the tier list of the Fazbear Frights, since that's the one thing I'm kind of focused on right now. Now I know you're making stuff up. And now you're just trying to get under people's skin. Okay. What time is it? 11? Okay, I think I finally am developing the pose that I want. Like I said, I wanted her to be just like a little, like have a little bit, you could tell she has a little bit more confidence. Whoops. Oh, come on. There you go. These hands. Oh, I still need to see the second chapter of Deltarune. I still haven't done that yet. Let's put that right here. There you go. Much better. There we go. I guess the problem is I can't decide who to watch it, because I haven't actually been playing it. I'm just kind of watching other people play it. Then again, it could be something that I could probably stream. I would just have to play, like, I feel like I would have to play the first chapter first, because I don't know if it will let me, to be honest. I don't know if you have to finish the first chapter in order to play the other one. But, I can see it as a good series to Let's Play. Alright, I think I'll put the shield here. Yeah. It's got our shield right there. Maybe the bottom's a little too long. Alright, let's just make sure we get this outline here so I don't forget. There we go. Like, all I can think of is just like, Emily's one weakness. There we go, I'm starting. Well, I almost had it. Hold up. Maybe it's too far out. Or maybe it's not far out enough. Yeah, that could be it. I love that there's just like this ultimate battle happening on my chat. I'm just all like, oh, I wonder if this is better. I wonder if this is better. No, I don't think I've heard of that one. Oh, wait. Oh, There we go. Definitely give myself a sword. Because I definitely had that. I don't remember, did we have a diamond sword in the last one? In the world of Aaron? Or was it just an enchanted iron sword? Wait, no. Why can't I remember what that story is? Maybe I'm just reading it wrong? That's probably most likely the case. Hey! Hey, I keep wanting to call you Vicky. But then I see the U, and then I'm just like, wait. Just doing some art today. Making a new avatar thumbnail. Since we've reached 10 streams on the Minecraft series. Though I think I'll just be doing like the sketch version today, because it took me so long to decide on a pose. There we go. I'm starting to remember this one. Oh wait, I'm supposed to make like an iron chest, so that won't matter. Probably make that a little smaller. Okay. Alright, I want to emphasize the fact that I have the metal armor. And I guess I'll emphasize the fact that I'm wearing the metal pants. Make the knees have the squares. Okay, yeah, this is starting to sound familiar. I'm drawing the avatar character for my Minecraft. Yeah, my Minecraft icon. Because I told myself that I would change it every 10 streams. So we're reaching the 10th stream. So. Yep. There we go. Oh, whoops. Hold on. No, but okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, I'm almost done. I don't know if I'll do the rest of this outside of the sketch. Because I think I'll do... It's too early for this, exactly. Why what? Yeah, I feel like you're missing a few key details, but okay. There we go. I think... Like I said, I'll have to look at that one again because I know I've heard... I heard it somewhere. I can't remember if I'm confusing with a different one, though. There we go. Now, after you say, I'm limited on my characters, and now I will explain in detail the Zelda timeline. Because that won't be any harder. Let's see. I think I'll have her be more like this. You know, don't get me started of how I think the story of FNAF played out. I can make a whole video based off of that, of my own theories of how everything went down. I mean, I could talk about it. I just don't even know if I have the time. Let's see. Alright, well I can at least get rid of this. Nice. Yeah, I need to get back to the other story. Like I said, the last one that I read was the first one that made me go, ooh, I don't like that. Cyberverse special? What's that? Like, the fact that I have to ask that question already gives you the idea of, like, I'd have... I do not have opinion. Yeah, so I think I'll keep it like that. And then... There we go. Oh, I should have her wearing a helmet. Dang it. I just realized that. No, I won't let her have a helmet this time. Okay. Oh. Ah, I've been out of Transformers in such a long time. I haven't seen any updates. Woo. I want to look at the other ones real quick. Yeah, there's a reason why I didn't like that one. Ugh, there's definitely a reason why I didn't like that one. Okay, there's a reason. There's a reason. This one's much better. Hold up. I don't think I properly saved this anywhere in particular, so just give me one moment. One momento. Save this. Let's go to here. Give me one moment. I need to get back to Transformers though. There we go. Wait a minute. Hold up. Save as, yes, go to here. Okay. Let's play Minecraft. I think this would be the 5th one. So, there we go. Go, and then double check where it is. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright. I properly saved it. No. Joseph Graves is best boy? If you're talking about Tomb Keeper, I was gonna have it Joseph Graves, but I changed the last name of their family because I realized that having Graves Seeker and also having him the last name I thought was clever, and then as I read through my script I was like, No, it's just confusing. So I changed the last names of the Gray family to Baron. So it'd be Joseph Baron. That's one of the reasons why I kind of hesitated on the rest of the story, because I realized I was gonna start introducing their last name on one of the pages, and I was just like, wait, do I want to commit to this name? Because the more I keep reading it, the more I hesitate. Maybe I should change their last name. Oh, okay. Yeah, just give you a heads up that I changed the last name to the from the Graves family to Baron, because of the fact that one of the characters, Grave Seeker, like I said, I thought it'd be clever, but the more I kept reading through the script, I was like, it's gonna be confusing as I continue. In fact, the last page should be up by Saturday, now that I think about it. At least the last page of the first chapter. So get hyped for that. In fact, I'm gonna have, probably next art stream, I'll be working on the cover for the next chapter. What else should I do? I think I'm basically done with the sketch here. I don't know if I want to do line art for it though, or work on something else, because we only have about 20 minutes left. You know what? I could just do some line art real quick. Might as well. Let's see how far I can get through this piece, because I really got nothing else. Let's do doodles. I kind of want to do FNAF fan art, but the only thing I want to draw is like one of the stories you haven't read yet. So I'm just all like, I'll wait a little bit longer to do that. But yeah, we definitely need to do the podcast thing. I feel like we should wait until next month to do it. I mean, we could probably like work on the ideas and stuff like that, but next month would probably be a better time to do it, because that way I'll be the new kid. That's the story that I want to draw. I want to draw something based off of it. But I was like, I can't do new kid until you read it. Yeah. It will definitely like if we when we drop it. I mean, we'll probably record it earlier, but when we do drop it, it'll probably be around the time I'm done with this semester. That way I feel like I have more, like, feel more confident at least giving it a shot. We could probably like do a recording session. What we definitely need is a different voice channel to record the podcast with. We'll have to make it, restricted for, the podcast thing, so we could record it through there. And then maybe we could have like guests from the Discord in some episodes if they want. Oh, you go back next month? Damn it. Why? Why did you have to end school early? Wait, was that always there? Oh, wait, yeah, we still have that one. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? There's nothing. Oh, that's the actual thing. Well, January is still like a few, like a 2 months away, I think. That's okay. You're young enough where that's not a big deal. That, and I think you kind of know. To be honest, I think you kind of know. What the thing is, I think you're struggling with is that there's a thing that you want to pursue, but you like it so much that you don't know if you want to make it a profession. Because that's what a lot of people struggle with. I know for the longest time I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep my art as just a hobby or actually pursue it as a profession, because a part of me worried that that I would lose the spark of drawing if I made it a job. And that technically did and didn't happen. If you get past that feeling, you'll know for sure what you want. And to be fair, I don't know if it's like art or anything like that. I just feel like you're probably struggling with what do I want to keep as hobbies and what do I want to pursue. Ah, yeah. Because I know that's the biggest number one struggle with artists is the fact is like how much of this is a hobby and how much is a passion to pursue for financial gain. I mean, if you're lucky, you could get both. Because that's the thing, like that's how it is with like YouTubers too, right? It's just like everybody struggles. Like you have a hobby and then you have a profession. And very, very few people can achieve both. That's a good mindset to have. That will help you with the passion of making it a financial success. But remember, sometimes making something that you would want to see can turn into a what's the word I'm looking for? It could turn into something that you will slowly resent over time. Well, that sometimes depends on what position you want in your animation career. Yeah, it could turn into a nightmare. Do you want to be the CEO of the company or do you want to make the art yourself? Like, do you want to be in charge of, do you want to be the publisher or do you want to, and that's a hard, publisher I think would be the hardest only because of the fact that most people are very dismissive of publishers right now. So, because, too many publishers have been recently just kind of stealing people's work for financial gain. So it's one of those things where people have been trying to avoid publishers like the plague when it comes to creative works, because thanks to YouTube, they technically don't need them anymore. Yeah. Like, oh, you know, like VivZpop, right? A lot of people are wondering, like, where the hell is Has Been Hotel, right? And I think what is happening, I don't know for sure, but the last time I checked, failed accounting. Don't worry, most people do. What's the word I'm looking for? I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that she's trying to avoid publishers. because she doesn't need them. Because technically she could get it on Netflix, and you know if you have a show going on Netflix, publishers would swarm at you and try to get your attention. But the point of publishers is that it's supposed to help you gain an audience for a show that doesn't exist yet. The problem is, she already passed, like she already dodged all of that. Like she didn't have to put her pilot in front of a staff. She put it in front of people. She didn't build an audience through the publishers. She did it through people. Like she skipped so many steps that most independent shows have to go through, which I think that's a good thing. I think people should vote with their wallet, and this is even 10 times better than how we used to been doing it. Because sometimes great ideas don't even get past the table, because publishers and companies and stuff like that think they know better. Oh, did Netflix drop it, or like decide not to pick it up, and then the other something else happened? Because I don't know. I don't know if she switched people or not. Or is that an animation company? I don't know what A24 is. Really? People were saying that Netflix, if they maybe they wanted to pick it up. Because I could have swore she had a tweet saying that Netflix wants to buy it. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm mistaken. Because I could have swore somebody told me that Netflix was either planning on buying it from her, or they did buy it. I know for a fact she was trying to sell it to them. Oh yeah, I heard about that. So that's cool. Once again, I actually need to catch up on that. But then again, I don't, like, personally, I don't know if I would sell my work to Amazon, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I mean, they give you good money, don't get me wrong. They'll pay you finely. But do I trust Amazon with my work? I'm not exactly sure. Once again, even though big companies could pay you well, doesn't mean it's safe to work with them. It's the too good to be true kind of fallacy with me. But then again, that's just why I've been kind of focused more on, like, possible smaller companies picking my stuff up. If I ever get that far. But then again, you always have to worry about smaller companies too, because it's harder to determine if they're safe, for completely other reasons. Because they have different reasons to run your stuff dry. Especially if you're the reason why they start getting noticed in the first place. Yep, come on. Yeah, exactly. Like there are pros and cons for bigger companies and smaller companies. They're just different. Actually, there's some things that are exactly the same, but there's other things that just make them go, because each publishing company will milk your stuff dry just for different reasons. Still the same issue though. There we go. There. And to be fair, some series could work off, being long series, but not everything. Not everything could be a long series, and they shouldn't be. There we go. Which is funny coming from someone that loves FNAF, even though a lot of people agree that it probably should have ended at 4. 3 or 4. Um, I'll try. But yeah, I guess it's one of those things. I've been more hesitant when it comes to publishers. I get why they exist, but with YouTube and other forms of getting your stuff out there, they're almost pointless. I mean, to be fair, the only thing is that it'd be much more affordable to get things out faster. Like, that's the only upside to a lot of these publishing companies. It's not really to gain an audience anymore, it's just getting the money for it. Aw, dang. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So, like, you technically don't need them to build an audience anymore. If anything, they just kind of help you get more money out of it. So when you're actually making the product, it'll be much easier to maintain. That's not so bad. I might have to fix the shield, though. It's a little wonky. But I think I'll call the stream here. I apologize in advance for being a half an hour late. Oh! A little bit of artist block happened today. But then again, it's been a while since I've done a live art stream. So hopefully I have more materials to just do the coloring section. Like I said, those are my 2 cents when it comes to publishers and stuff like that. I feel like they're kind of behind the times when it comes to being useful. I don't think they're completely, like, throwaway, but I do think they're a little behind on being useful in most cases, and they tend to take advantage a lot of artists, and I think that just needs to I don't want to say do better, but, it's just one of those things. Alright. Well, once again, what else? Oh, yeah, right. So I am interested in the podcast thing. We might do a recording sometime this month, but I probably won't post it, until next month. In fact, we could probably do a couple in advance, and then we could just do them for next month and then see how it goes. But I'll probably talk more about it this weekend with you guys. Alright, I'm going to get off now. Good morning and good night.